The Sangh Parivar seems to be speaking in different voices over who gets the credit for the 2014 blockbuster election victory. RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat struck a discordant note as Prime Minister Narendra Modi credited Amit Shah with BJP's electoral turnaround. Modi had called Shah the man of the match for these elections and Rajnath was the team's captain. But Big Brother RSS was swift off the blocks in wagging its finger at the suggestion, declaring this to be a people's victory. Mohan Bhagwat going to the extent of saying that this wasn't a victory for a party, it wasn't a victory for an ideology, it wasn't a victory for a personality. The BJP won because the people wanted them to win.
अमित भाई राष्ट्रीय टीम में ना आए होते, उत्तर प्रदेश का उनको प्रभार न मिला होता, तो शायद देश उनकी शक्तियों से परिचित नहीं हुआ होता।
किसने लाया है? लोगों ने लाया अपनी इच्छा से। लोग नहीं चाहते तो वही लोग, वही पार्टियां आगे नहीं आ सकती। लोग उसका श्रेय किसी किसी को देते हैं, व्यक्ति को देते हैं, दल को देते हैं, संगठनों को देते हैं, लेकिन वास्तविक श्रेय के अधिकारी कौन है? अपने समाज के सब सामान्य लोग।
Is the RSS puncturing the Modi wave? Completely different approaches seen from the Sarsang Chalak and the Prime Minister over who deserves credit for the sweeping victory of 2014. Joining us on the centre stage face-off this evening, I want to begin by introducing India Today Group's Jyoti Malhotra. With us also at this time, RSS ideologue Rakesh Sinha, senior leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party from Ahmedabad, Jainarayan Vyas, and political journalist Ajit Sahi joining us from Mumbai. I want to go across to Jyoti first because both Jainarayan Vyas and Rakesh Sinha will try and brush this matter below a carpet. Say that they're not taking different positions, he's crediting the people, and that's only natural because when there's an election and there's a party that wins, you have to credit the people. But are we seeing a different approach with Modi saying Shah is the man of the match and Mohan Bhagwat reminding the BJP that don't get carried away, it's not the party, it's not the people, it's the Aam Aadmi who you have to thank?
Absolutely. I think Mohanji, Bhagwatji, the Sarsang Chalak is reminding not only the BJP but is reminding Prime Minister Narendra Modi that he has a position, he is the Prime Minister of the country, but he is first an RSS pracharak. So he's reminding him of his place in the Sangathan. And I think he's telling the Prime Minister that he cannot become bigger than what he is. It's the RSS that has made him, that has brought him to this position, and there is absolutely no way that the RSS is going to take lying down this secondary position that Narendra Modi or Amit Shah, now the party president, is trying to do.
Jainarayan Vyas, is this a reality check for the Bharatiya Janata Party coming from the Big Brother, a stern message, don't get carried away, it's not your personality, it's not the man of the match Amit Shah, it's the people of India who deserve credit, and that's a firm message being sent by the RSS chief to the party and its Prime Minister.
Sir Rahul, who in right sense of mind would deny that it is the people ultimately who are responsible for your electoral victory? I don't think that Bhagwatji at all is wrong in his observation there. Now coming to what is being debated about, you are talking about man of the match. You know, what Amit Shah has been given the credit is as a man of the match under the captaincy of Rajnath Singh. Now since this all is being talked about in cricket's language, let me answer it. You know, a team on a given day is facing a competition from the other team. You know, there may be various reasons for the defeat of the team. There may be bad pitch, there may be inclement weather conditions, the ball may be bouncing uneven, the swing may be very high, whatever it is. It is also not necessary that every bowler who performs and ultimately gets the man of the match title is taking the maximum number of wickets. He might have taken 2 wickets only.
No.
But
you're getting carried away in these cricket analogies, but the reality is, and it can't just be coincidence, Ajit Sahi, that the Prime Minister says that Amit Shah is the man of the match. Immediately after that, you've got the RSS chief saying that no, some people are saying it's the party, some people are saying it's a personality, actually it's the people. Is that a gentle or a stern reminder coming from the RSS chief to the BJP, Ajit?
RSS is completely humbled the party. Mr. Modi has managed to subdue the party completely and fashion it into his likeness. And he has done that quite an extent with the RSS people loaded to the BJP. Now, of course, what remains to be done, the last citadel, so to speak, for Mr. Modi to solve is the RSS. And Mr. Mohan Bhagwat is only trying to do what people in powerful positions have done for centuries, that is to protect their area of influence. And that is why he has to speak up, because although Mr. Modi is now number one in the party, is now number one in the government, he's the number one politician of the country. So obviously, he is going to, if Mr. Bhagwat does not take real action right now, Mr. Modi, over the next few years, we will see him taking charge of the RSS as well. Let's not forget, Mr. Modi is no less the RSS than any RSS, including Mr. Bhagwat. In that way, he is a completely different kettle of fish than Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee ever was.
Rakesh Sinha, Ajit Sahi suggests Mohan Bhagwat is protecting the RSS stuff. This is an attempt to rein in an increasing personality cult.
No, I don't find this such thing. You just see the context, audience, and occasions were two different occasions. It was a political convention addressed by Mr. Narendra Modi, and every political convention begins with the slogan "Hamara Neta Kaisa Ho" and the slogan of "Jindabad, Jindabad." RSS audience and RSS occasions and functions begin with the contemplating the national issues, and the perspective is 50 years, 100 years ahead. So Mohan Bhagwat ji spoke as a statesman, and what Lincoln said, it is about the democracy, it is for the people, by the people, and of the people. Mohan Bhagwat ji re-articulated the victory of the people, by the people, and for the people. There is nothing wrong. This is the best articulation of 2014 election. People wanted change. Mohan Bhagwat ji further said people wanted change.
No,
so
I'm sorry, you're giving it a 50-year historical context, Rakesh Sinha, but that is divergent from his specific comment, and I will quote to you specifically what Mohan Bhagwat says. This is an event to mark Raksha Bandhan organized by a socio-cultural organization called the Sanskriti Suraksha Samiti in Bhubaneswar, and now quoting verbatim what Mohan Bhagwat says. कुछ लोग बोल रहे हैं कि पार्टी को सफलता मिली है. Some people are saying it's the party that has won. कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं कि कोई व्यक्ति के लिए जीत मिली है. Some people are saying some people have won. कोई व्यक्ति या पार्टी या संगठन की वजह से ये परिवर्तन, this change is not because of any one person or any one party. It's because the Aam Aadmi wanted that parivartan. This is not a Lincoln-esque 50-year perspective on political history. This is a very contemporary comment on what's happened right now, Rakesh Sinha.
No. That I said that Mohan Bhagwat ji said the victory is of the people, for the people.
Answer my question.
People.
Don't go off on a divergent tangent.
No. He says, Mohan Bhagwat ji says the people wanted change. Change for what? Change for a new ideology, change for the new leadership, change for the new party.
So are you accepting then, Rakesh Sinha, that your primary attack in this debate has been deflated because you suggested this was a comment made in a historical context? I have proven to you that this is not a comment made in a historical context. This is a comment made about the current political situation, thereby deflating the entire theory that you are trying to build.
No, he made his comment on the current political situation, and he said the victory is of the people. There is nothing, he's right that it is the people's victory, people's aspiration for change. For what for? For the new government, for the new party, new ideology.
Okay, so now you've got another debating tack that you're introducing. You've given up the 50-year-old historical context. Ajit Sahi wants to come in because the RSS would like us to believe, Mr. Sahi, that whatever Mohan Bhagwat says is in a big historical context. Don't ever liken this to what's happening here and now. But clearly, if you look at the specific words used by Mohan Bhagwat, there is no doubt about the message that he's trying to send. It's not a historical message, it's a contemporary message.
Absolutely. In fact, Rahul, let me put this very clearly to you. Mr. Mohan Bhagwat has spent all his life, except perhaps the first 10 years,
Both died in the whole RSS, then any of us can hope to meet anyone. The fact is that Mr. Mohan Bhagwat knew exactly what he was saying. If he only wanted to highlight the historical context, he would not have said कि कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं कि एक आदमी है, कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं कि एक जने ने जिताया है. He would never have said that because he would have known. What he is very clearly sending out a message to Narendra Modi as well as to the RSS cadre that look, we may have won, because of any one person or because of a wave. But the fact is that the people have given us a mandate to all of us, to the RSS family, and Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah have their place in this. See, again, if you go back to 1977, this is what Govindacharya had said in the famous Govindacharya report, which was never made open, it was never made public. He said we should not become that party.
Jyoti Malhotra, do you accept what Rakesh Sinha is saying, that this is a historical comment, don't liken it to what's happening here and now? Do you think this is a very clear, very firm message being sent by Mohan Bhagwat?
Oh, absolutely. I think Mohan Bhagwat is making it very, very clear that Narendra Modi has to fall in the party line. There is one party line, and that's the line of the RSS. And Narendra Modi may be Prime Minister of the country, but he cannot forget that he was first an RSS pracharak for many, many years. And let me also just say, Rahul, one of my colleagues in India Today has just done a story on the Swadeshi warriors. And I think what the RSS is trying to say, for example, Dinanath Batra, this gentleman has not only tried to overhaul Gujarat's education system, but is actually succeeding. Similarly, the RSS is saying that genetically modified foods cannot be allowed into the country. Now, I think on the one hand, there's also a lot of sort of talk and rumor and perhaps unfounded speculation that India's position at the WTO, when we did not accept the whole argument about food subsidy, is that the RSS was behind this move, this whole sort of Swadeshi move. So I think what the RSS and Mohan Bhagwat, the Satsang Chalak, is trying to tell Narendra Modi is that you can go only this far. You can lead a centre-right government if you want, but you cannot forget that there is a party line.
Because Jainarayan Vyas, problems between Administrator Modi and the extended Sangh Parivar go back to Gujarat. When he became Chief Minister, there were all manner of trouble with the VHP, also with RSS cadre, about demolition of temples, about posting certain officers that the RSS and the VHP wanted posted. Modi was opposing that. So, and there was a big face-off, whether it's with Praveen Togadia or other VHP members in Gujarat. Are we seeing the beginning of similar fissures erupt at the centre as well?
I don't think, Rahul, and I will also beg to differ with Mr. Ajit Sahi. You know, it is not uncommon, Rahul, to find a theme message preceding with some kind of general observations. I think we are trying to debate the general observations, and we don't want to debate the theme message which says the democracy is government by the people, for the people, of the people. We want to debate the general observations.
I'm debating specifics. You are trying to make it a generic debate. I am debating specifics. Can you, Mr. Jainarayan Vyas, contest or deny that there were never problems between the VHP and the RSS and Prime Minister Modi, then Chief Minister Modi in Gujarat? Can you deny it? You can't deny it. It's a fact. Are we therefore seeing the beginning of similar problems in the centre? That's my question to you, sir.
Rahul, if I submit to your premise, then I think you yourself will agree with me that it was just before few minutes, even some other panelists made an observation that it is the RSS which stood absolutely united to back up Mr. Modi and the Bharatiya Janata Party at the elections. Now, if that was the case, if there were serious differences, if there were a problem, I don't think this would have happened. So,
no, but that's because the differences were peppered over. No, a truce was brokered and peace was bought. It's not as if those differences disappeared. Anybody, Ajit Sahi, who covered Gujarat politics, will tell you that there was a big gap between the RSS, VHP and Prime Minister, then Chief Minister Modi.
Well, not just that, Rahul, the fact is that there has always been a gap even earlier also with Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. There was a significant gap with the RSS. But the whole personality approach of Mr. Vajpayee was very different. Mr. Vajpayee was from the old school of politics. Mr. Modi is from a completely new school of politics. And that has been the very characteristic development of his political career since 2001, when he became Chief Minister of Gujarat, that he has, so to speak, plowed a lonely furrow all his while. So he doesn't need anyone. In fact, there have been many comparisons over the last several months with Mr. Indira Navia. It is true, he doesn't trust anyone, which is fine. I completely agree with Mr. Jainarayan Vyas. The fact is, and it is surprising that Mr. Vyas and I find each other agreeing, at the time agreeing with him. The fact is that today the BJP, or rather the RSS Parivar, would need to strengthen the other movements inside that Parivar, for better or for worse, whether it is the be Apni Party Vidyarthi Parishad, or it is the Bharati Mazdoor Sangh, or the Swadeshi Jagran Manch, because they will then therefore act as a counter pressure on the government.
Okay, Rakesh Sinha, are we seeing the beginning of fissures between the BJP government and the RSS, with the RSS asserting control, telling the BJP where the Lakshman Rekha really begins, and ensuring that Prime Minister Modi doesn't get bigger than the Sangh Parivar?
In the RSS worldview, the individualism has a limit, and the political party projects a leader. But the RSS always controls the political culture through the moral preaching, and the Sarsang Chalak speaks as a statesman. RSS is not a Sevadal of the Congress. It is a larger movement, and BJP is part and parcel of this movement. And Janarayan Vyas is right. It is the RSS Swayamsevak, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, declared in the declared form, worked for the Bharatiya Janata Party led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So there is no contradiction, I find.
No, but Rakesh Sinha, you will concede as well that there were massive problems between Chief Minister Modi and VHP and RSS leaders in Gujarat, which is why Praveen Togadia still cannot roam around openly, can't say what he wants. Several VHP people had huge problems, and they were initially very reluctant. It's only later that some form of a truce was brokered between the RSS and Prime Minister Modi.
There is no doubt that there were problems, but the problems were resolved. The question is whether you are disagreeing to agree or you are disagreeing to devastate. The Parivar works in a harmonious manner, and if there is any problem, the Parivar resolves that. In democracy, I think that there are different perspectives, and here Swadeshi Jagran Manch is raising certain issues, Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad is raising certain issues. That is a healthy symptom.
Jyoti Malhotra, Rakesh Sinha is candid enough to admit that there were problems, but he suggests that those problems are a thing of the past, they've been resolved.
There should be relationship between people's voice and the governance.
I think he's right. I think there were problems. He admits that these problems were resolved. But he's also admitting that the Swadeshi Jagran Manch, the ABVP, the Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad, which, you know, played a big role in the rollback, for example, of the FYUP, the first year's university program at Delhi University. A 4-year program was made into 3 years. So the RSS is clearly asserting itself. And I think what Rakesh Sinha is saying is, yes, there will be differences. This is only a 60-day-old government. Prime Minister Modi will assert himself. But I think what the RSS is trying to do, and that is interesting, is it's like you said, he's establishing a Lakshman Rekha. He's saying you can go, you can also assert yourself, but there is an RSS Lakshman Rekha. You cannot cross that.
Absolutely.
I think
that's where we'll end it. The message is clear, it's simple, and it's stern. No matter how much you grow, Prime Minister Modi, the RSS will always be above you. That's the way the RSS would like this arrangement to function. But remember also, when he was Chief Minister of Gujarat, that is not the way things functioned, because over a period of time, the personality of Modi became bigger than the Sangh and the VHP in Gujarat. And that's a fear that people in the RSS, regardless of what Rakesh Sinha and Janarayan Vyas might say tonight, that's a fear people in the extended Sangh Parivar have. And what we're seeing from Mohan Bhagwat is an assertion, an attempt to ensure that nationally Modi cannot do to the VHP and the RSS what he did as Chief Minister. For the time being, Mr. Rakesh Sinha, Janarayan Vyas, Jyoti Malhotra and Ajit Sahi for joining us on the Centre Stage Face Off tonight. Thank you very much.